Yes, that was the big one for Tobi Amusan over the weekend at the Jamaica Invitational race, the 100 meters hurdle. It was a big one and a good race for Tobi Amusan after the disappointment in Suzhou, China during the Diamond League. Tobi Express, as she is called, she went far away to the speed country, and definitely Tobi Express came through. And you know, when you are called Express, you know what that means for Tobi Amusan. It was a good one. With that race, she has become the fastest woman in the 100 meters hurdle this year, 2024, preparing her for the Olympics. That is just 65 days away from now, when the Olympics will start at Paris in France, and we are expecting Tobi Amusan to be there and to do us proud. She's already there because she has qualified for the 100 meters hurdle race in Paris. On that note, I welcome you to 360 Sports on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashimi, and we will be starting with that particular race that what you saw on the screen right about now, and athletics. And we have Thomas Bello joining us this morning to look at this particular race and other story on the show. Thomas Bello, without wasting much of the time, let's go straight to the Jamaica Invitational event where Tobi Amusan, Tobi Express, came through 12.40 seconds, the fastest this year, beating the record Camacho Queen. She was the fastest earlier on this year, but now that her record has been squashed and erased in just a matter of how many seconds, right there at the Jamaica Invitational Tournament by Tobi Amusan.
Absolutely, thank you very much, Emmanuel Fashimi. It's been a wonderful outing for our very own Tobi Amusan, Tobi Express, as she is fondly called. Jamaica is her home, and then she actually proved herself that she is one of the contenders in Paris. Although she had a very disappointing outing there in China, but that doesn't deter her. She is somebody who always liked to race in Jamaica, knowing fully well that her best friend when it comes to track and field is also a Jamaican, talking about Danielle Williams, who came second in that race. Now, Tobi Amusan, preparatory to this very race, was disqualified in China. We all know about that. But then she agreed to run under protest. And after running that race, she actually beat Jasmine Camacho Queen, who is adjudged one of the fastest women in the world. Now, in this race, this Jamaican Invitational race, there are 3 of the top women in the world, if you ask me. We have an Olympic champion, talking about Nia Ali of the USA. We have Danielle Williams of Jamaica, who is the current world champion in that event. So it was a star-studded field, if you ask me, because all of them gave their A game. But very unfortunate for Amusan. We know she's actually a very slow starter when it comes to this event. But if you watch the race closely, all the time she peaks at the middle of the race. 5 meters to the end of the race, she always picks up and give it her very, very best. We can be sure of a podium finish. If not, in fact, we should go for the gold when it comes to Tobi Amusan.
Yes, we should go for the gold when it comes to Tobi Amusan. With that happened in China, let's also remain with that race. With Tobi's slow start, don't you think, because you made mention of that, she starts slow, but from the middle of the middle, she picks up and then she ends very well and ends strongly. But don't you think this, it's a kind of a problem that maybe her coach and herself should work on?
Anytime you speak to her coach, who is herself a former hurdler, who represented Jamaica, of course, they are a work in progress. I believe that with time, they will be able to adjust, to having a better start for Tobi Amusan. It is something she worked before the Oregon, where she set the world record of 12.12 seconds. So it is something they can still work on, because there's still more time, if you ask me. Close to about... how many months do we have now to the Olympics?
We just have
there's still time ahead.
7 days.
There's time ahead. Absolutely. There is time ahead for them to actually adjust, work themselves. Getting the block is something very, very delicate when it comes to sprint races. We know that 400 meters is a sprint race, but at least if you know your race pattern, you can be able to adjust before the end of the race. But talking about races like the 60 meters indoor and then the 100 meters, especially when it comes to hurdle techniques, that you have to put in your all just for a race, because you are competing against your emotional state of mind at the moment. You know that you are competing with the best in the world. That's the best lineup, because when you have the likes of Jasmine Camacho Queen, you have the likes of Nia Ali, you have the likes of Danielle Williams, Devin Charlton, the current 60-meter world indoor record holder. Of course, you should know that you need to have everything intact in order to win that particular race that you are entered for. So between now and the Olympics, I believe that Tobi Amusan, Tobi Express, and her coach would be able to fashion out ways in which they leave the block at the same time with other athletes. And if Tobi Amusan should get the block just like Devin Charlton, just like Nia Ali, and Danielle Williams, I bet you the gold is in the bag for Nigeria.
Yes, the gold is in the bag for Nigeria. Tobi Amusan in the 100 meters hurdle at the Jamaica Invitational race. A good one for her. And with that, she won that race 12.40 seconds, setting the fastest time this year, 2024, preparatory to Paris 2024 Olympic Games in France. So we are looking forward to Tobi Amusan coming back with a gold medal, and she has definitely said yes, she's going to Paris to prove a point. And Camacho Queen and Co, beware of Tobi Express. We'll still come back to that quickly. Let's leave Tobi Amusan and go straight to Bamako, Mali. That's where the Flamingos of Nigeria, I beg your pardon, played a 1-1 draw with their Burkina-based counterpart for the third qualification series of the FIFA Under-17 World Cup that will be happening later in the year. It was a 1-1 at the 26th Mali Stadium in Bamako, Mali. That was where that game was played, and Flamingos of Nigeria picked a vital away point, and the return leg will be here in Abuja on the 18th of May. That is at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium. And our guests, before this game, they actually prepared very well, beating one of the academies here in the city of Abuja 9-0. And at the end of the day, they were able to just score 1 goal against Burkina Faso. I think this is worrisome. After scoring 9 goals in the friendly game, and then the game proper, it was just 1 goal. We went ahead and they had to come back. The Burkina base had to equalize. But at the end of the day, the coach, after that game, said yes, they are going to finish the job here in Abuja. Thomas, are you there?
I believe with what the coach said. Yes, I am with you. I believe in what the coach said. He must know his onion to be able to tell Nigerians that they are going to finish the job in Nigeria. Now, I'm talking about playing away and picking a vital away point. It is a plus for the Nigerian side, because by the time they return to their home ground, it is going to be fire from all cylinder. So we should expect nothing short of the best from the Flamingos.
Yes, nothing short of the best from the Flamingos. That game will come up on the 18th of May at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium here in the city of Abuja. The third leg of the Under-17 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, and the last leg, probably we might be facing Senegal in the last round of qualification, because they also are on a route of qualifying after their own game against Liberia ended in their favor. All right, let's leave Flamingos, let's leave Bamako, Mali, and come back home and look at the Nigerian Premier Football League, where it is getting hotter and interesting, though the league is on break because of Rivers United, who have been playing all of their standing games, and they've played 4 so far, remaining 2. They have 2 left after Stanley Leguma, the longest-serving NPFL coach, left that team just last week, and Evans again was saddled with the responsibility to complete the remaining games of the season. His first game in charge was a loss against Sunshine Stars of Akure in a rescheduled game, and that game was a good one for Sunshine Stars because they actually wanted more. With that victory over Rivers United, now Sunshine Stars survival of the MPFL 2023-2024 league season is alive. Let's quickly go to the table and see how the teams are standing and what that result means for Sunshine Stars of Akure. Enugu Rangers still remain at the top of the table with 57 points, followed by Remo Stars, 56 points, who also played their rescheduled game against Rivers United at Ikene. They won that game. Eniba is on the third position with 53 points. Shooting Stars on the fourth, 52 points. We have Lobby Stars on the fifth position with 52 points, but goal difference between Shooting Stars and Lobby Stars separating them. Plateau United is sixth with 50 points. Katsina United is seventh with 48 points. Bendel Insurance is on the eighth with 45 points, and Niger Tornadoes is on the 10th position with 42 points. Let's go to the second side of the table and see where Sunshine Stars is standing right now after that victory over Rivers United. They have moved up to the 17th position with 39 points and minus 5 goal difference. We have Rivers United, Bayelsa United in the 16th position with 39 points, and Gombe United is only gone that can save Gombe United from not going to relegation this season. Thomas Bello, quickly, for Rivers United, they have played 4 of their rescheduled games, 1 win, 1 draw, and the remaining has been on a losing note. What is really happening? Because they thought they would have maybe at least win all of their, at least 4 of their standing games for them to start pushing for the title. But as it stands right now, more troubles for them after Stanley Neguma left the team. He was sacked. The longest serving MPFL coach was sacked from that team. And as it stands, Evers again, first game in charge, was on a losing note.
There's one thing you have to understand about coaches and then the team. If a coach has been doing well, his departure always have a negative impact in the lives of the players. Now, Sunshine Stars defeated Rivers United. It was no surprise to me because they are actually trying to struggle to be at least at the top 10, but currently they are sitting 17th on the log. Now, for Rivers United, they can actually beat their chest and say we can try to come back, because as it stands, they are nowhere close to the title contention, because 32 games already played, and then we just have about 6 games left in hand. So how much do they need to put, on their way to contending for the top 4 finish at the end of the season? I think it is going to be a Herculean task for them to be able to achieve that feat.
What will happen in the remaining scheduled game for Rivers United in the Nigerian Premier Football League 2023-2024 league season is getting interesting. Nigerian Premier Football League, I love what is happening. Enugu Rangers still at the top. Gombe United at the bottom of the league with 25 points. Let's see how that goes. Let's leave the shores of Nigeria and go straight to Europe. It was action-packed weekend in La Liga, in EPL, Italian Serie A, and then the German Bundesliga, where one team is doing so well. We will talk on that maybe in the evening show. And then we have in the English Premier League, big one happened, Super Sunday. No matter what it is, no matter how that team is performing badly, they are still one of the biggest teams when it comes to club football matters in Europe. Okay, let's quickly look at some of the results over the weekend. Fulham were trashed by Manchester City 4-0. After that game, they were at the top of the table because Arsenal had a game in hand, which they played against Manchester United yesterday at Old Trafford. FC Bournemouth lost at home after 10 games unbeaten. They were beaten by Brentford FC 2-1. That game ended. Everton won. Sheffield United 0. That confirmed Everton's safety in the English Premier League. Newcastle United and Brighton played a 1-1 draw. Tottenham Hotspur was able to beat Burnley to at least, as it stands right now, Burnley might just be going on relegation. West Ham United beat Luton Town 3-1, also a relegation battle team. That's in Luton Town. They lost 3-1 to West Ham United. Wolves and Crystal Palace winning 5 straight games, their 5th game of the season, the best season for Crystal Palace so far. 3-1 against Wolves at Molineux, and Nottingham Forest lost at home to Chelsea 3-2 after they went 2-1 up in that game, and was a victory for Chelsea. Let's quickly look at the EPL table after Arsenal was able to beat Manchester United at Old Trafford, courtesy of Trossard goal in that game. 1-0 it ended, and Arsenal are back to the top of the table with 86 points, just 1 point ahead of Manchester City, who has a game in hand, and that game will be coming up in the course of the week. Manchester City is second, 85 points. Liverpool third, 78 points. Aston Villa fourth with 67 points. We have Tottenham Hotspur on the fifth position with 63 points. We have Newcastle United on the sixth position, 57 points. Same point with Chelsea, but goal difference separating the two of them. Chelsea is seventh with 57 points. We have Manchester United, who has a -4 and 54 points, the worst season so far for Manchester United. West Ham United is ninth with 52 points, and Brighton 10th with 48 points. Let's go to the flip side of the table, the second side of it. We have Sheffield United rocking the bottom of the EPL with 16 points, Burnley 24 points, 19, Luton 18 position, 26 points, and Nottingham Forest, as it stands right now, they are very safe, because no matter what happens in the last game, Luton Town needs a 12-goal victory without the other team, the opposition, scoring. But Nottingham Forest, mathematically, they are still in EPL. Brentford 16 with 39 points. We have Bournemouth on the 11th position with 48 points. Quickly, I will just let you to react in 2 seconds. Thomas, the game at Old Trafford, I think, live up to its expectation. Arsenal was expected to win, and definitely they won that game and back to the top of the Premier League table. Let's have the table back.
Now, talking about Arsenal, of course, they should ensure that they keep firing from all cylinders, because Manchester City is not giving them any breathing space. It is just a point that is separating the two sides. So whatever it is that Arsenal need to bring, if it is their A game that they need to bring at all time, they should do it. If not, Manchester is definitely on the verge of overtaking them and then taking the EPL title.
Yes, and taking the EPL title. If that happens, they have a game in hand against Tottenham Hotspur because of the week. If they win that game, they will be back at the top of the table, and they will just have to wait till the last day and see if anything happens in both games. Arsenal will be playing, and also for Manchester City. Let's leave the EPL quickly and just rush over the La Liga results over the weekend. Excuse me, we have Mallorca lost to Las Palmas, beat Las Palmas 1-0. Villarreal 3 against Sevilla 2. We have Granada, who were trashed by Real Madrid at home, and that defeat means Granada is relegated from the La Liga this season. Athletic Club and Osasuna played a 2-2 draw. Cadiz won, Getafe 0, Atletico Madrid 1, Celta Vigo 0. Valencia and Rayo played a goalless draw, and Real Betis played 3-2 against Almeria. Let's have the table quickly and just run over it. The first side of the table, we have Real Madrid at the top of the table with 19 points. Of course, they are the champions of that league already. Girona is second, 75 points. Barcelona is third, who has a game in hand with 73 points. And we have Atletico Madrid fourth with 70 points. Athletic Club is fifth with 62 points. And Getafe is on the 10th position with 43 points. We'll just look at the other side of it. Almeria still remain at the bottom of the table with 17 points. And Deportivo starting the second half of the table with 42 points. They are safe. Sevilla is also safe with 41 points. Osasuna 40 points on the 13th position. They are safe. Las Palmas, Mallorca, Rayo, Celta Vigo, Cadiz, Granada, Almeria all need the last games to make sure they are. But for Almeria, definitely they are gone. Granada is also gone. But Cadiz, Celta Vigo, Rayo, Mallorca, Las Palmas, this club will be fighting it out with who joins Granada, Almeria in the relegation zone. All right, let's leave that. Before we go on the show, let's take this news quickly from handball, the Adova Handball League 2024. 22 teams will be taking part. That league will be, as we speak right now, one game is scheduled for today. You know, the defending champions, the likes of Niger United, who are the defending champions. We have also, we have the likes of Toji Marine Academy from Lagos, All of these teams will be taking part in the 2024 Adova Handball League season. One game is scheduled for today to kickstart the 2024 league season, and the venue is at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium in Benin City. So all of those in Benin, just visit Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium and you'll be catching the action of the Nigerian Handball League, the Adova Handball League 2024. And also, if you can't be there, you can watch it on the screen on that is HFN TV, that is Handball Federation of Nigeria TV, on all of the social media. You can get all of the actions and results of these games that will be happening at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium in Benin City. All right, that is where we'll be leaving it on 360 Sports this morning. Thanks, Thomas Bello, for joining me, doing a wonderful job on the show this morning.
My pleasure.
All right, that is it on the program. I am Emmanuel Fashemi. Say thanks for watching.